So when we're talking about presenting the gun, I have a very specific way that I present the gun. Our goal is that we want to have our grip ready before the gun is on target, right? What happens to a lot of people when they start moving faster? They're pushing hard with this and they're just trying to get this hand on there clamped as they're sending the gun out full speed, right? So I came up with a very specific way of sequencing the grip so that you have full grip pressure about 60 to 75% of the way out on target. 4 words: fingers, palm, pressure, leverage. Okay, what do they mean? First, fingers. Your fingers connect where they're supposed to be first. So a lot of people like to sequence the grip where they put their palm and they wrap around and then they present out. That doesn't allow you to get the leverage that you need to have a really, really strong grip, okay? So I want to be able to connect the fingers first here because that sets the leverage points, sets the pins. So Travis Haley was the first person that I learned this from. Setting the pins allows you to really leverage around the grip and build a lot of grip pressure as you're pushing the gun out, okay? Second part is simply palm, just touch the palm to the grip panel, right? Fingers touch, palm touches. When this is done correctly, it's all very fluid, it's all very smooth, but in understanding the steps is important. Palm touches. Number 3, pressure. So I want to create grip pressure from my support hand, and I want to do it specifically. I don't want to do like a C-clamp. What I would like to do is I'd like to pull my fingers into my palm and push my palm into my fingers. So it's a very specific kind of leverage pressure that I'm building on the grip panel there. That really cinches the grip in tight, okay? And then the last part is I want to leverage with the elbows, what we were talking about, where we're rolling the elbows up. So fingers touch, palm touch, I apply pressure. And now as I'm coming up, the elbows roll. And what happens is you create a tremendous amount of grip pressure. Josh, you want to feel what that feels like?
Yes, I do.
Come on over. So I'm going to do it wrong first. So I'll go here, so this way he can see. Face me.
Yep.
Another little handshake. I like shaking everybody's hand, right? So if I do it the opposite way, palm, fingers, I still do everything else the same. It builds a little bit, but not that much. The difference when you connect the fingers first is profound. So fingers, palm, pressure, leverage.
Significant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys, anybody else want to feel what that feels like? Come on over, Greg. Gay, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. So if I do it backwards, this is actually pretty good stuff, by the way. Palm, fingers, I still do everything the same. It's a little different, not much. But if I connect the fingers first, connect the palm, apply pressure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, big difference. And most people are like that. Oh, wow. Come on, Jess. No, this is like, I like touching everybody's hand.
Well, no, it takes me a minute to like digest and then
listen, feeling it, well, and that's why I ask you guys, because feeling it makes you like really feel the difference. So fingers, so backwards. Mm-hmm. This is backwards. A little bit better, right? But if I go the right way, fingers touch, palm touches, pressure, leverage.
I feel it.
Right.
Yep.
Come on over, Mr. George. I want to hold your hand.
Is that because you're pivoting on the fingers?
Yeah, you're setting that leverage point. You're actually able to pivot around it and really crush it.
Yeah, because when people say crush grip, it's like, okay, what does that mean?
Yeah. So this is backwards. This is the wrong way. It's a little better.
Yep.
Right? It's a little better. But when I go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So boom, pressure.
And I'm not really gripping you I'm not using any more pressure.
Yeah.
It's just now the elbows are involved in
The
pushing it
leverage.
together. Tom, come here. I'll show you what it feels
Like
like.
a Rod Avery book, you know, like the Nutcracker.
The Nutcracker, yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit different, but a similar kind of name. Nutcracker does it a little bit differently. Palm, this is backwards, wrong. A little better, right? When I go like this, again, you set the leverage point here. Apply pressure now. You feel that pressure really digs in. And now when I add the elbows, it crushes the shit out. Anybody else want to feel it? Come on. I'll do it, everybody. I don't mind.
All right.
Okay, so backwards, wrong way. Palm, fingers, pressure, leverage. It's about the same, a little better, right? Fingers, palm, pressure, leverage.
Oh, yeah.
Right, it really ends up like you end up really being able to wrap around. Anybody else? Come on. Cameraman. So backwards, this is backwards. Dot, 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 dot.
Yep.
A little better. Dot, 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 dot.
Got it.
Noticeable difference.
Yep.
Questions on that? No. So when you do that from a presentation, what that does is when I'm about here, my grip is ready to shoot however I want to shoot at that point. It also vices the gun in a way that allows it to present cleaner with less deviation. Because it's already cinched in, now all you have to do is wait to see the dot present on target. It allows you to shoot much more predictably. So we're going to do some exercises that are called 50-50 drills. 50-50, one live, one dry. We'll do a couple of them. This is going to give you some practice presenting the gun and playing around with that concept. Okay? Guys, we got eyes and ears here? I'll go through them. I'll go through them and then I'll let you guys do them at your leisure once we get the line hot. Cool? So, the first one. Everybody can see me okay? Dave, you can see me okay? Okay. The first one, I'll make sure you can slide over a little bit for you. Okay. The first one, we're just going to use our target, right? Pick a spot on that target and bring the gun to your face, right? We never want to bring our face to the gun. We understand that, right? I think everybody pretty much understands that. The first one is going to be one dry presentation, one live shot. So you're going to do one presentation each time. First time is going to be dry, right? All I'm looking for is that the dot is showing up where I want it to be. Oh, another thing with presenting the gun. A lot of people like to do this.
Fishing.
Yeah, fishing or like real bowling. Neither of those are truly efficient. What I like to personally tell people is push more out than up, right? And then that last, so more out, build the grip, and now I have that last little bit to finish up to actually get my dot in view. When you do it that way, the gun is ready to shoot way early. So all you have to do is see the red streak touch the target where you're looking, and you can fire immediately. Does that make sense to you guys? Now, I also want you to be firing immediately as soon as you see red on target, right? I don't want to be waiting there checking the wind, because that defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do, right? We can't fire fast if we're worrying about all this extra motion, or we're waiting for the dot to be exactly in the center. Use the entire A zone. Make sense? Okay, first exercise here. I'm going to dry present the gun. If it's off, I'm going to do another one. If it's good, I'm going to fire. Okay, so I'm going to go up. That looked good to me. Come up, fire. Right? As soon as I see red color touch where I'm looking, I fire. Make sense? So again, up, fire, up, fire. Right? That's step one. Okay? That's going to get you familiar with that process, right? I don't care if you do it slow in order to be able to fire quickly. Does that make sense to you guys? So that would look like this. As soon as I see it, I fire. I'm not waiting forever to try to make sure it's perfect. Cool? So that is exercise one. The rest of them are going to involve a certain setup, and that setup is going to be, we have one round in the chamber, and we're going to remove the magazine. Okay? We're going to fire one live shot, and then we're going to get a dry fire. Click. Okay? Make sense? First one's going to be that same kind of thing. We're going to present the gun, fire, bring it back in. As soon as we touch our chest, bring back, dry fire. Okay? When this is done correctly, you can't tell that the gun is unloaded. It's going to show you everything you do when recoil actually happens. And you have to learn how to reduce or eliminate that. Cool? All right, so I'm going to come up, fire, up, dry fire. Up, fire, up, dry fire. Nothing moving, right? Up, fire, up, dry fire. Goal is that there's no movement, right? If there's no movement, what do you try to do?
Go faster.
A little quicker,
Yep.
right? That's one. Number two is try to do 2 shots in 1 pass. Okay, that's going to look like this. And come up, bang, click. Up, bang, click. up, bang, click. Right, as soon as I think I can fire again, fire again. Make sense? You barely see any movement right in the gun, right? Right, the last one, we're gonna add a target transition to it. So you have a target next to yours, right or left, I don't really care. Same setup, draw, like present the gun, fire, transition, dry fire. Okay, just adding another layer to it. Up. See, show them all to you right now, and then we can kind of do them as is. Anybody have questions on what we just did?
So it's safe to assume that your slide never points upwards in the act of presentation, because we've been some other places where it's like the wave.
The wave, yeah. So the problem. So I should have talked about this to begin with. The issue with when it's like this, when it's up, the challenge with that is twofold. One, what happens if you fire early? Right, which occasionally happens, right? When I'm doing it this way, typically an early shot will probably be in the lower A zone. That might be over the shoulder. Two, your grip isn't ready until almost the end. Because you can't, like, you're using that to crank down. Whereas this is already set, and the cranking is happening as you're pushing the gun on target. As you guys go through this in repetition, you're gonna start to feel when it's right, I can shoot as aggressive as I want to. And that's gonna make a big difference. Like you were talking about the draw, if I remember correctly, right? Yep. In the draw, this makes a big difference, right? And I'm not, like, notice I'm not working hard. I look like I'm barely working to get shots off on target. But yet those shots will still be pretty quick, right? And that's kind of the goal. The goal is to make it look more effortless, but yet still be soon enough to be fast. Does that answer your question? Yep. Right? And listen, there are a bunch of different ways to do it. This is the way that works for me. And that's what I've seen with people that like to do that. Your grip is not ready enough, and there's too much error. You have vertical error, and you also have rotational error.
And you're hoping that everything's going to just come together at the very end.
Yeah, you're hoping it'll be there versus having more confidence that it's going to track straight up. You're actually, like, for me, when I present the gun, right, if I'm paying attention for it, I can see the dot here. I can actually see the dot here, and then I'm just waiting for it to come up. Right? Whereas here, I can't see the dot until here. So I can't predict when it's going to be there as accurately. Yep. Again, Scott does it really well, and Scott's a great guy. But those are the things that I see. That's what I see with that as an issue. He does it really well. Right? It doesn't have to be perfect to be good, but that's the challenge I see with that kind of presentation method. Eyes in hand. Eyes in hand. I learned that from Robert Vogel. I can teach you that too. All right, guys, get up at the 5. The stick.
5, you said?
Yeah.